everything else shaped up pretty good, especially for like the oil pressure I'm seeing. Okay. The oil pressure looks a little questionable. It could be higher, I feel like, but like I would say
try first the oil.
Yeah, try the oil first and see what that does. And then right now, like it has good, it runs good for pump gas, because on 93 it runs really solid, and it has good power for pump gas. And then like where I think it's safe for pump gas, you know, 378, 339. Now it's not to say like, yeah, you're gonna be like a weekend warrior on both fuels. So it's like I just wanted to see that it's safe and clean all the way to red line on pump, just so I know, just in case if you went full throttle. You know what I'm saying? This is mainly for E85, and if you run out of E85, then you can still run 93.
Okay.
And then when I swap it over to E85, then like, you know, it started cleaning up. This has more in it, I feel like, but I don't want to push it anymore because of your oil pressure. Okay. It looks a little funny, but I think at that much torque on stock block is pretty damn good. I try not to go over 400. So okay. And at 433 and at 380 foot-pounds of torque for a stock block setup on an FP Red, I feel that's a pretty good sweet spot. And then I feel like it's good right where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I feel like we're good. I revved it out a little bit higher on the EMAP, 77. 93 one was 75.
I think those are solid numbers.
Yeah, but the thing is, it can make more power. It doesn't fall off. So like, as I rev it out higher, it will just, on both fuels, it'll make more power. Yeah. So once you go built block as is, and I can rev it out higher and throw some more boost at it, like this would easily be 500, maybe 550 or so. But like I'm trying to like be mild with it, so it's like keep it all together, because hasn't done a boost leak test for one, and two, you have that oil pressure is my main concern. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main concern, is that you don't want your rod bearings, your main bearings, any of that stuff to lock up, and then there goes that motor. So this is a good starting point, and then you go from there. So
I like the numbers. And this is how many pounds of boost?
Roughly low 20s. Low 20s. But I didn't want to go too much.
No, that's fine.
Just I'm gonna unhook it. We'll go for a test drive, and we should be good.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No worries, bro. And that's only FP Red on low boost. All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Big old difference. Oh man, you feel that spool 10 times faster.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely a big difference, man. even on the E9, it feels 10 times different. All right. Man, so we just finished with the car. So how does it feel for you now? Honestly, man, I'm excited. I think we got great powers out of it, as you can see. With the minimal things that we've done to the car, I came here to Performance Destination. I was highly recommended by everyone. Really, it was worth the drive. I'm glad that I made it out here.
Yeah, where'd you come from?
I come all the way from Miami. I mean, it's not as far as you have a lot of people coming from north, but still Miami's quite far. But I made the trip, all worth it, man. These powers, I wasn't expecting that much, but I'm glad that we were able to get that out of the car.
All right, so we went for that street pull. How did it feel just now?
Different, excited, powerful, really, and it felt, clean all the way through. You felt no hesitation in the car. You can tell that the car has more in it.
Yeah,
the car wants more.
How does it feel compared from your previous tune and this tune?
Big difference, man. I was never satisfied since a year and a half ago that the car was tuned, and Man, different. I knew that these are the numbers that I should have achieved the first time around, and I'm glad I came here.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Desmond.
Look good,
Appreciate
man.
it. Thank you.
No worries, bro.
Thank you for the good work, man.
It's Desmond Pierre back again with another car. Customer came all the way down from Miami, Florida for us to tune his Evo9. He's been battling some issues over a year now with the car, not driving properly, not boosting properly, not making the power that he wanted. He purchased this car from California. It's an Evo9, FP turbo, all these full bolt-ons. It wasn't making good power. He went to another shop up here in Florida. It wasn't making good power. On his E85 map, he was doing like low to mid 300s on an FP red on Evo9. So we already knew there's a problem going on. Didn't know if it was the car itself or how the calibration was set up. So when he came into with me, I already set up a map with him already, and we uploaded it and just started working the bugs little by little, and the car started picking up. The power band started shaping out, and the car started spooling faster, spooling smoother, and AFR was perfect on the money every single time, every single pass for all the fuels, for both fuels. So he wanted to do 2 fuels just in case if he didn't have any E85, he wanted to be able to use the 93, so where he can still commute and still drive and get where he needs to go to. On 93, I put him kind of softer, 378, 339 for pounds of torque, and that's because he's stock block. Stock block. The oil pressure on this car wasn't the strongest. I did a compression test on this motor. That also wasn't the healthiest, but I didn't want to give it too much sauce and jam on it too hard, especially for 93. And then when we swapped over to E85, the car started picking up. Like, the car started running. Every pass I did was running harder and harder and harder. But yet, keep in mind, I didn't want to go too hard because of his compression wasn't the strongest, and his oil pressure was a little bit suspect there. So I put him right at 433, 380 foot-pounds of torque, and I think that's a very good balance for an FP red on stock block. We don't know if he has cams. I don't think he looked at it to pop the valve cover off, see if it has cams. I don't think it has cams, but that's perfect where he needs to be. The torque comes in manageable for stock block, and then I let it come strong all the way to red line. The car pulls very strong, very healthy, and it doesn't fall off. It wants to keep going up and making more power. The higher I rev this out, the more power it's going to make, and that's exactly what we want. You know, I left his RPMs a little bit lower until he can fix his problems. You know, we don't know. It's probably the oil he's using. Maybe his oil pressure is a little bit low, but then we don't know if the valves is seating properly in the head, or if the compression on the rings is where it needs to be, if that's worn out. But this is a good base, a starting base for him to go off of, you know, and then he can fix his bugs. He's all smiles, he's all happy. Like, this car exceeded his expectations. As soon as we finished, he said, exactly, this is the numbers I knew I could make and I was looking for since the beginning of time. And sure enough, he come in today, he's leaving with what he wanted, you know? And this is what I want. I want to make clean, healthy power, good power band, and having a satisfied customer going home. That's what I work for. That's what I work hard for, and I work, you know, for every customer that wants to come in. That's the goal for me. My goal is their goals. Try to make it a reality. As long as I can reach it, I'm gonna make it a reality. And that's it. Left them there. 93 and E85, both of them running healthy and strong, and it feels wicked in the street. If you too would like to work with us like how he did, you can reach me at 941-268-7493. or catch me on all platforms of social media at Performance Destination. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and, you know, tell us in the comments below what would you like for us to do? What would you like for me to see? What more content would you like for us to bring? You know, what things would you want me to explain a little bit more in depth? I try to go over all these cars, all these builds, all these sessions with you, and, you know, just you tell me the feedback that you want to hear, and I am going to try my best to make it happen. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.